Ooh.
It's a carousel over in Miami. Again, we kind of talked about this is sort of a family. They have 5 or 6 guys in from Spain, and I think just depending on how they are playing, they're going to make changes around it. They have done that to this point. It's just, we can't waste any more time. Really finding the 4 who can be consistent in the league. And then on the Boston side, I think very much a surprise. Not seeing Slasher here anymore. Big off-season roster acquisition. We've heard the stuff about Snoopy. You keep him on the squad. You're very much just hoping he really is a superstar.
Yeah, no, it's been a little bit split in stuff I've seen. Like some kind of, going around the Young Guns didn't surprise him that much. Some based on, some of the comments coming out of...
maybe clearing some cap room.
Yeah, it could be.
Big salary, I don't know.
But, it's just crazy. Some of the stuff you'll hear from players off the squad. We got new maps coming in. We're not sure if Snoopy had the old map rotations locked down, Joe. So we'll see. It's going to be something to watch.
That's map 4, so we'll see if he recognizes it, but not sure until we get there. Miami Heretics, though, a nice start here, and I think for them, both of these teams, they've been pretty okay in Hardpoint, but it's really the searches and controls that have played them both throughout the year. Then when you're always making team changes, it's going to be pretty dang hard to get better and better at search.
Well, Real, look at him. Off to a 5-0 start. This is a guy we've been excited to see him right back into the mix. I thought it was number 6, but it's the talent there from Snoopy. That'll prevail. He gets 3. The pistol shuts down a potential streak. It puts him to 4 in a row. But Real, all I remember early in the year was dude, the scrims were going on. I was watching, because, Carolina was one of the few teams that were doing it early. And this guy was on 120 ping or something, just frying. I'm like, whoa, this guy might be nuts. And then, it's been a bit of a blender of a situation to get him here on U.S. soil and competing with the visa issues, but it's exciting to see him back.
Yeah, another 5 spree was in for Snoopy, but he's not going to find number 6. So on rotation, Breach do a pretty good job squaring up that time, but Lucky is there. The spawns are there, so the rest of the time should go the way of Heretics. As Vickle trying to find his first kill of the map, but he is taken down by Snoopy.
Snoopy, nice 7-2 start. Now the Pentagram, who is snapping right now. Wonderful shots there, and Snoopy able to pick up another one. A guy that, we've been wanting to see, wondering when we would see. Just been doing it all in Challenger for so long. Like Doug said, just kind of waiting for this guy to get his chance, and here he is. And I think some big expectations. He's got a lot of potential, and we'll bring that on to 3 in a row now.
Yeah, I've heard about this guy when he was a sub on Thieves. I think it was the Vanguard here. Just talking to Mud Dog and JCap. He was a great help to the team. Obviously, I don't think there was a chance he got on that starting roster.
Yeah,
because,
right.
They became world champions, but just felt like sooner or later he was going to get the opportunity. It just took up maybe a little bit longer than we all expected. But yeah, great talent, great sub player. I'm excited to see how he performs today.
So far, so good, but Breach trying to push out this lead. Up 15 now, still a tight contest fest, but lovely shots there once again from Pentagram. Great control there with the rival. Hitting shots, one tucked into the corner, lets his teammate go. I thought he got eyes on the way he was playing it, but shooting straight right now. Another 3 spree here out of Pentagram, up to 8 and 6.
Yeah, nice little transition over towards this P3 for Boston to give them the lead on rotation. Snoopy's gonna take down 2. That is not when you want to go down if you are Heretics. Now you start to scramble. Lucky's able to find 1, but that is gonna be 3 dead due to this man's hands. Snoopy maybe just playing free now, right? Just not hearing those voices, just allows him to do whatever the hell he wants.
Well, listen, to my knowledge, we sort of heard one side of the story right now, right? You hear some of the comments coming out of the guys that were dropped from the Boston Breach side. If anything, I'd be a little pissed and want to prove myself even more. Come out and fry. And yeah, it seems like he's coming out with a fire right now. 15 and 7, leading all players. But we knew the talent was there. It's going to be some of the other intangibles, which we'll keep an eye on as we get deeper into this series.
And I don't know if really Hardpoint was the question. It's sort of those other game modes. But
that's true.
Great map 1 here for Boston is they're going to find the rest of this scrap time. So they're able to take down all 4 members of Heretics. Big girl struggling right now. He was 0-5, now 3-12. But on rotation will be Heretics a chance to get right back into the game.
Yeah, we'll see if they can start to swing this back in their favor. The slow start from Vickle. We'll see if he brings it back. Slow starts from a couple players yesterday, but they really started to come alive deeper into the map 1. We'll see if Vickle can maybe do exactly that. Some nice movement there from Real to take that gunfight. top of the escalator. He's up to 14, nearly 15, but Snoopy's going to shut him down once again. It seems like every time like Real gets going, gets cooking, maybe working on a spree, it's Snoopy dropping him on the other side of it.
Yeah, and then he gets aggressive, does Snoopy. He's able to push through P1, and now he's just the first line of defense. Lucky able to find him. But Snoopy's play, you know, lead to the brace, so that 30-point lead stays right around 30, continues to grow. As Beans is going to find 3 with the MCW. The team shot was in, and he's able to snap for the triple.
Beans lining him up. Yeah, we know the big playability this guy has. This is the brief period he was in the league. Some truly spectacular moments, and we'll see if he's got more in his back pocket over the course of this one. But it's Snoopy you just keep seeing in the feedly. But when you hear comments out of Slasher and Asim afterwards, all stuff being said on the flank, can you imagine maybe there were some issues? Yeah, maybe he feels free. He can spread his wings, fly like a bird, Joe.
Yeah, maybe that's just it. Play with a little bit more confidence, just trust his gut. Maybe he just didn't want to make mistakes, and that led to just, I don't know, some unconfident gameplay. We've seen that from younger players in the past, but again, just that 30-point lead has stayed right around there. A back and forth battle here on Rio as Heretics behind Metals vying for control on this P1.
I mean, I think if you're double negative for Metals, double negative for Fickle, you feel probably pretty good when you look at the scoreboard. See Snoopy popping off in this game, right? Just 25 down, despite the fact that you're getting outslayed a bit. You're still bringing it when it comes down to the objective. So we'll see if that stays the trend throughout the course of this. But the final bit of this time, Boston Breach trying to pick up as we look over towards the P2 as Real gets 2. Who do we got set up early? It's going to be Pentagram and Beans there early from the Boston Breach side. Bit of a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Pentagram was there for a long time, so he's over towards it. He does get taken down. He was hoping maybe 1 or 2 players run into him, take that long route, but it just never happened. And then when Real gets that 2-piece on that old P1 time, him and Beans pretty much have like a 2-on-3, 2-on-4, so they're going to lose that on rotation. A chance here for Heretics to take the lead.
And the guy that's kind of going toe for toe with Snoopy has been Real. Up to 20 now. Lead change is looming. Looking to take control right now is Miami Heretics. You know how difficult this can be to hold, especially when you're not able to get it kind of pushed out and get pressure out towards garage side if you are the team holding inside of the hard point. So you've been able to get the picks inside. 1 HP for Real, just trying to dance away. One gunfight goes down the other side of it. It's going to be lucky it's able to take down Pentagram as he's set up early for next.
Yeah, he's just all by his lonesome now. He's able to find another one. Do they spawn out? They should. Wow, Beans, I think, gets lucky, or Pentagram able to get lucky, but one player does spawn out. That's going to be Snoopy, so he's all the way P1. Miami are trying to hunt this, but Pentagram and Priesta, they're holding on, so things are going to get mixy, but I think with that, things will settle for now for Boston Breach. There is still Metals all the way through.
Yeah, I think a big part of it, you just had more players there. Like, even though Lucky got that kill, you still had 2 more bodies for Breach, so yeah, one spawns close, one spawns out. But now it's Metals trying to make the play, maybe from the rear. The collapse comes in from the front as well, scrambling away and attempting to get away with his life will be Pentagram. Takes down 1, but they get the break around 30 seconds. So again, kind of an ebb and flow, a back and forth to this. Now, no one's been able to earn streaks yet, but Metals has really started to come alive. He's working back towards even. He's on 4 in a row. Vickle still trying to find his footing.
Yeah, I think Beans spawns up in the back. You had Priesta just be the early rotation right around 28 seconds. He heads over towards that P4. So Miami not able to get in the lead quite yet. And now maybe a chance for Boston. They find a lot of map control, have this early setup, and Beans winning some big gunnies. So he's able to snap on a Lucky with that MCW. Number 4 in Real, gonna go all the way on a long route. That's gonna be on Beans to pick up for now. But Boston now with a 20-point lead. Let's go to a listen with the new roster.
Yeah, here. These pillars.
I have a trophy on the van. Hummer. I can see Hummer. Hummer, one shot. Van dead. More Hummer, one shot.
Pillars one shot.
Maybe behind us, huh?
No. That's his Hummer.
Yeah, what?
Hummer.
Van dead.
One more.
I'm absolute. I'm sliding across.
One minute.
Nice.
I'm picking you. I have your
new.
Could be left.
Run away, I think.
Yeah, left. I can left.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 1
I'm good.
Chalice out, yeah. Cross right, 2. Big or weak, big or weak. Low control.
Maybe 5, what then?
Nice, they gotta be close. One more, close.
I have
Yeah, he's our side, our
Yeah,
side.
I'll bridge,
Our step, one shot going top bridge.
I have top bridge, I
He's,
don't see him.
he's,
I was bridge. I got nated, I got nated.
Bridge up there,
I'm front for each shit. Try top mid.
one more middle. Yeah, he's bench.
Mid then.
Nice, big kill. I'll ever help you on
Nice.
Nice,
Nice.
I have it. Only kill.
I'm dead. I got one more other side. I think we're missing one close bridge somewhere.
No.
Okay.
Get off for a name.
I'm top. That's one deep. I'm still happy, yes. Go to the top, 2 from 2. Stay on. One absolute
No, I'm sorry.
One with the Humvee, one's top.
Let's go middle.
Humvee and top. Miss our time.
Showing
Yo,
one on you. You weak. He's showing our bridge.
Yeah, you and color got me.
Our bridge.
Our bridge.
Our bridge. Our bridge steps.
This is big time, actually.
Come on,
Nading.
no time. Nice. I need a bridge. One shot.
I'm already out
Their
there.
bridge step.
I saw one. I bridge.
Their
I'm gonna go mid. I'm going mid. Eric, Ben.
I don't see a bridge. Take your time. I'm gonna come. Yeah.
They're taking their time mid, and they're looking to lock it down. The kills, the vibes, everything is flowing right now for Breach. You got a streak to use on the side of Priest up. Beans is on 4 in a row, the chance to earn his. Snoopy and Beans both over 30 and looking to shut this game out. Do you like what you hear, Joe?
Yeah, I think it sounded pretty good, right? But I think, every single voice was common, was getting involved. But Priest goes on that 6 spree, and ever since that P4, it has just been all Boston Breach in control, able to find another break. Just such great slaying across the board, and it's looking like they're gonna take this map number 1.
That'll do it. Map 1 is done. Breach able to take it. The firepower is there. Real on the other side came out, kind of threw up a burner, but Vickle just never could get it going. I think he started out like 3 and 12, something like that. Like some people kind of get it going, get in a rhythm as you get deeper into the map 1, never really came. So he struggles there and not quite able to overcome it. But yeah, separation comes in late, but they find it a big way in Boston.
Yeah, I think just during the listen, there was a lot of different voices, right? A lot of different emotion. You heard Priest really going off, but you also heard, hey, great job, big kill right there, top, middle. Just everyone was kind of, involved in that listen. So great stuff from Boston Breach.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of it's going to be, if there was any kind of tense atmosphere maybe for that squad, there's going to be a bit of a honeymoon period to you to match it, right? Like new blood in, vibes are flowing, everybody's calm, everyone's looking to make plays. And, you unlike what we saw yesterday, right, where it's a team change that comes in, you have to play phase right away, like Minnesota. For Breach, it's a little bit more of a manageable match. Get the vibes flowing against a team in Heretics that's really been struggling.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's just sort of it's a winnable game right out of the gates.
Absolutely. This is one you should win. If this team change is feeling good, you should win this.
Yeah, they're just thinking we need wins. We have 5 match wins on the year. As Des was talking about, neither of these teams have won a match on land yet. So you're just hoping to get something started with this new roster. But yeah, Beans had some big gunfight wins, using his fists as well. He's able to drop 30, him and Snoopy leading the way damage-wise. But a nice Rio hardpoint to get us started.
Yeah, honestly, when Snoopy was popping off early, probably a big part of the reason they had that lead, despite it being minimal. He was having a bunch of flashy moments, just crushing early on. But when they really started to pull away, I think you said, it was kind of a full team effort in the comms, but I think that came true in the slaying as well. Like Priest goes on that stretch, he's able to earn a cruise. Everyone kind of had some moments where they were really putting in damage, finding big kills on the stretch. And when they were playing as a more collective unit, that's when that lead really started to grow.
Yeah, you'll see it right here. That second P4, that is where it just gets nasty. 157 to 212. No break is able to come on through. And then you have a chance to answer back, but there's a break at P5 for Boston Breach, which leads them to the victory. But we saw that develop right at the P3. I think Bean spawns in the back. He's able to get a kill or two. And again, I think around 28 seconds left. It looked like Miami was in control. So they just opted to go for a very early P4 rotate. And it worked out.
Yeah, you outscore them, like 100-23 or something like that over that final 4 or 5 hard points. But great stuff there from Breach to strike early and often. They'll get the Rio hardpoint victory. Maybe Vista hardpoint coming into play, which you and I got to cast yesterday. Excited to see more of that, obviously. I've already just looking at our overall best of 5s. Sometimes, just seeing triple invasion right away, or just, I'll see sub base. Just things I'm like, just those are all right to cast. Yeah, I'm like the look of the overall best of 5s, but enough about me. And let's talk about Mr. Beans, who's back in. This guy, let's talk about Major 3 for him last year and some of the moments and some of the numbers he was able to put up. When he came in, Yeah, he was roaring on the main stage, Joe. He was electric.
No, he is. I mean, a big comms guy for the team. He brings leadership, but he's also got the gunny. And yeah, he was doing against the best of the best. This was last year, the Major 3, where he was taking down Optic Texas, putting down some big numbers. You see, he's got 11 of 5 spree. I forget what he finishes on, but the man had a map.
No, he had some terrific moments. And this just being one of those, you know, you're taking down one of the top squads, a big upset. And you can see he was getting absolutely fired up for the squad. So we're excited to see him back in and see what maybe he's going to be capable of. But so far, so good. Nice map 1. Now can he bring in the search where, yeah, a lot of his big moments, they were in search and destroy. This guy can do it.
Yeah, and this has just been a struggling mode for this team. Just time and time again. Honestly, both of these teams, when you're having team change after team change, I just don't really think you can ever get comfortable, like ever. It's difficult to do. This has to be a better game mode for both of them if they want to get to champs, if they want to start challenging some of these middle of the pack, top of the leaderboard squads. It's got to be better in search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's for a lot of the teams, when you think about the top 4, they just don't have a lot of weaknesses. Like, maybe they'll have a weakness on the weekend, and that's why they end up not winning a tournament. But for the top 4, like, that's pretty solid all modes, right? Like, you're not going to find a huge chink in the armor, so it's going to be so difficult to do. But now into the search and destroy we go. You saw the records leading into this. Records sort of, you know, at the start of a new qualifier mean little to nothing for some squads.
Especially a new roster.
Yeah, with the new roster, exactly. Like, it means very little to me, but it's all about kind of reworking things, finding what's going to work and trying to push towards champs.
Yeah, Real with the first blood on to Snoopy in the middle of the map, so man advantage over to Miami. And this is at times where they can struggle when they find those first bloods. Well, first of all, finding first bloods, they struggle. We saw in the Monster Energy pregame. 12th in the league there in the opening duels. Converting when they have those first bloods. As Real does get spotted, 12 HP, is going to back away.
Metals gives him another. Pentagram and Beans all down to them in this 2 versus 4. Beans maybe with a chance to get a one-on-one. He does, but Lucky able to take him down. Things falling apart. Pentagram is spotted. The Chow comes through, and he will drop. So it is perfect. Tons of time for the defuse. Real with the first blood. A round win over to Heretics.
Yeah, it's just a great retake. You get the first blood. You allow them to plan towards B, and then it's just sort of how do we want to retake this? Where are we going to start our push from? Nice teamwork working through Chicken Coop. Able to find that player top 3, and then you isolate the player bridge. So great start there for Heretics.
Let's see if they can take more of this positive momentum in. See if Vickle can start to get going in this series with the rough map 1. We'll see if he can pick it up. I mean, I think of it like, you know, kind of like Envoy said in the interview. You know, Envoy had a really rough map 1. He was like, I was running it stuff map 2 just trying to get the gun hot. Like, I didn't think I had enough gunfights to get the gun hot. And then he ended up having a great series. So it can happen even to the best players in the world. You can't get going maybe in that early hard point. But now offense over to Heretics as they look for ample openings. Lucky, eyes on the cross. It's Snoopy. He lost him. A little bit of hide and go seek, and now Lucky kind of isolated him mid-map. The call, it's in. Snoopy, he gets across, just lays prone. He's patient, and Real will drop.
Does Real mean to dive there? That's really the question, because they have all the info. They know exactly where he is. Now they're going to try to hunt him again. There is a trade, but I think that should have been a first blood for Real. I don't know if he's trying to slide there.
Probably. Like,
probably.
How often do you see players dive in this?
Oh, yeah, right. They have that new controller layout where you can use the hybrid, right? We've seen it on Shotzi. That's it. So Real obviously locking that in.
Yeah, but he's diving across the windows. Some of the clips, dude, they're so funny.
Yeah, good luck playing against that. But yeah, Real trying to use that and maybe just doesn't mean to dive and does.
Well, now you have this 3-on-2 here for Breach. Time dwindling if you're going to work a plant if you are Heretics. Lucky, though, brings to a 2 versus 2. Oh, Beans wants that one back. Not quite able to finish, but he gets it back just onto the other players. He snaps. That one he's not going to lose. Calls him out weak to Lucky. Lucky trying to take the fight. Beans doing a bit of finesse. Dancing, maybe dancing too much. I'm not sure. But the melee comes in. Beans gets the revenge. And he gets the kills.
Yeah, we'll let Zuma review that one. Yeah. But obviously, Challengers, the pit's a little bit different. But, you know, he puts the moves on. First game back, maybe just toss him a yellow. That's fair. But he's able to clutch on up. But really, I think the kill was the snap after he doesn't kill Lucky up top on the Metals down low. Able to find it and then puts Boston on the board to tie it up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, it looks like he almost like lost aim assist a little bit, or it just seemed a little awkward with like the elevation of the first fight, but it was not awkward. The second one, lovely snap, and now to 1-1. Beans will take that 2 streak into the next round. Trophy out there for coverage. Coop side, Pentagram gonna drop up his instantly. I think there was one player trying to jump top AC and drop down low. We'll see if that ends up punishing him. Real's gonna drop early in this round as well. Beans now up to 3 in a row. We'll take a breath down to the 3 versus 3.
And we saw, you know, Lucky the round previous do that same exact route that Pentagram had, and I just don't know if it's a spawn thing, but Pentagram ends up getting caught, right? You take the lightweight boots, try to get middle of the map as quickly as possible, and watch that cross to B. But he ends up getting picked, but they're able to turn it into 3 versus 3 behind Beans. So now over to Metals. He's just trying to put some shots in and give them that info. Again, they retook B. In our first defensive round, they're going to have to do it again here in round number 2.
Oh, yeah, Beans up top catwalk with the coverage. Allows Snoopy to now get this plant down, and he'll be able to back out of this. Maybe play from bridge side, but if you're Beans, you've got information on one player. A couple times you've backed up Metals. But where's the push going to develop from? Gets eyes on Metals yet again.
So you nade.
Yeah, it is. Down to 44 HP, but staying up, waiting for health to come back. Back to full, and now he's going to chow. Haircuts out to Lucky, but he is still up. 20 seconds now to go. Beans is able to get another one. They'll win the round. That's what, Forder always up to now?
Yeah, Forner. I just think you got to be a little bit quicker there if you're Miami behind that nade. Maybe you either isolate Snoopy here, or you just try to find Beans from up top, but they were a little bit slow. The flank was open. You see Priest the whole time. He's out of this. This is a 3-on-2 because Priest has to worry about the full flank, but Vickle with the rival does not connect. Beans able to win the gunfight, but they just took a long time for that push to go.
Yeah, I think Snoopy ended up getting 2 of them as well, but 4-1 for Beans, 4-2 for Snoopy. They've got all 8 of their kills. As we now head into our round 4. One player on the offsite will be Real, but you've got a 4-man stack. Yeah, here if you were Boston Breach.
It's the right call. I mean, Bomb is here. Obviously, you have Real across the map, sort of on an island. But this is the setup that you want to play with. Miami are going to have no idea, and they're Boston Breach going to get aggressive.
Well, it's what can Real find as he maybe transitions across, or will it be too late? He's starting to get on the action. Lucky able to find one as well. Oh God, just over the top, but we'll find him in the corner now. Smoke to try and keep him up as Pentagram gets his first in the search and destroy. Trying to get away, not going to happen. Real has tracked back now from the A side, got the help. Now look at Bomb during this. You know, Real got all that information. There's nobody home, so as they lose a couple players, they'll wrap it all the way out. They'll look to get Bomb planted. Now we'll see what happens in the 2 versus 2.
I mean, both players still over towards B, so they're going to have to group up, and then where do they want to retake from? And this is actually a great read from Real. They both back up to the defense spawn, and he's flanking both of them up top AC. The round could be done here, but the timing maybe not going to go his way because they jump into red. So now pressure over to Vickle near this bomb site.
Oh! Saw one. Oh, God. It gets real awkward at the door. He tries to go through, bashes him, gets some nice damage in, and now it's all on Real. 15 seconds to go. Eyes on one. Got both the information from Vickle. Knows he can just play his life now. Time is gone, and Real able to do it. So Vickle, even though, you know, it's a real awkward situation, well, kind of awkward for Real on the flank as well with regards to the timing. At least if you're Vickle, you see both. You can get the comment, you know, you kind of want it. But Real might have traveled about a mile over the course of that round.
Yeah, I mean, it took so long. Again, they were over towards B. So, I mean, Boston just had to fly there. There were so many areas to check. And, yeah, time works against them.
Dude.
That 2 versus 2.
I always love when you go to bash the door, but he hit at the same time. Vickle, for a second, he just looked at the wall like, where am I? Because you know, he's playing to hit, go through and just realize I'm still on the same side of the wall.
Yeah,
nice
no, it's a crazy mechanic at times.
Yeah. He has a nice little snap, but Beans, despite the round loss, he is the last player that stays alive. So he is still on 5 in a row and a chance to maybe earn a cruise. Real, the tickler, and then the wall bang. He's able to finish it. The trade does come in, but if you're Real, at least you take out one. He's been involved in the early action pretty often.
Yeah, he's been the A Island player, and I thought it was going to be an ugly one for him because I didn't think that kill was going to come through, but able to find it. Now Snoopy getting very aggressive through defensive spawn. Vickle on the other end, and he's just got some horrible timing. And Boston Breach on just both ends of the map able to win their 1 versus 1s.
And that was Beans get number 6, right?
I think so, and that's like the third one-on-one individually that Beans has had on to Vickle.
Wow.
And I don't know if they've gone through a role swap as well, but we've seen Vickle now with Rival and Main. Obviously, Rio, you can run a third Rival.
Yeah.
But I think we've seen it throughout this search as well, where he's running that Rival pretty much only. You know, we've seen medals with that MCW, so maybe just another change-up for this Miami team.
And for Boston Breach, where, yeah, I mean, it was kind of the Snoopy and Bean show early. It's continued. They had, what, all 8 of their kills early on. Now 13 of their 15. 6 in a row for Beans. As Snoopy, we'll see what he's able to do from his position looking over B now. But Smoke is going to come out, and sometimes you just got to send it. He gets in, the nade connects as well. So Beans and Snoopy, their little dynamic duo on the map continues. Snoopy, he faked himself out there. He's thinking maybe they're on bomb trying to get it down, but it's not going to be the case. It's Vickle that's wrapping out. And now Pentagram gets another.
And he's kind of your transition guy over to A. Last time through, he was able to find a kill, which led to them working the A-bomb. This time through, he gets caught. So now you're in a 2-on-4. And yeah, so Metals with the MCW up top. And Vickle's been carrying the bomb, running the smoke. So yeah, he switched to a sub, but it's just not worked out throughout this match.
Snoopy so far is having a fantastic series. Had a great
around,
map 1.
dude.
No, he's just dude. He would have won that one. Like, I was getting his Shotzi impression on, just diving out, trying to chow, but the damage has already been done. Honestly, it's a great timing and chow between Beans' nade and Snoopy's chow with a gun for the first blood early on. And you're leading in the search right now if you're Boston.
Yeah, I mean, this B, they're just being shut down. And I think if you're Miami, next time on offense, you just kind of either have to hit mid or go towards A and just work that A bomb plant. Trying to set something up because you're 3-4 stacking this every single time on defense out of Boston Breach, and they are shutting them down.
Let's see if they can find something with a bit of success, but this series has been a nightmare so far for Vickle. Yeah, what, you were around triple negative or something, map 1, double negative in that ballpark?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's a role change inbound as well, it can be tough just switching up your timings.
No, it can't be. I know you're a big fan of him as a player and gameplay-wise, but yeah, I mean, even the best players sometimes.
I've been in those shoes where you're going from AR to a sub, and you've played the entire game with an AR.
Yeah.
Now you got to switch to a sub. So many timings are different.
I'm sure. I think going the other way probably a little bit easier.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Yeah, going sub to AR a little bit easier historically in our esport, but we'll see if he can lock it down. 45 remaining on the clock, and Heretics. Pretty spread. That's going to be the streak in now from Beans. So you just try to send it if you're lucky because you're thinking, I might die anyway. Trying to wrap it in. He's able to. The woes of Vickle continue as he's 0-6 and the streak hits. Metals now last alive. Very little time. Beans continues to put on a montage. This guy is frying in the map too.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to hit the missile in, and then he just knows that where everyone is. I think if you're Miami, you're hoping maybe Lucky catches a timing. He almost does. While that missile's being called in, because they're working over towards B. That's probably what Beans is calling out right away, just focusing on that player. As soon as he sees him, go towards his teammate, he's like, well, I don't want to send this at you.
Well, he's on 8 in a row. That's pretty solid.
That's good.
Very good. Especially in search. Like he's having a map. 9 up for him, 9 up for Snoopy. And 1 round away from closing this out. Trophy eaten. Last time it was kind of a nade combo with Snoopy to win it. That one, maybe a little bit of an overjob. Maybe you get backed out from that because it looks so hard after the mantle to get the snap on, and then things start to fall apart. So the duo has become the hard carry. The search and destroy wiped off the map. Good opportunity now for Heretics to get around.
They go right back to B. It looks like it's going to be a little bit hairy, but they're able to catch those 2 players in Snoopy and Beans. Bomb now being planted. 2 versus 4. This is going to be difficult, even more difficult, because Priesta is all by himself. Trying to find anything that he can.
Yeah, honestly, that just seemed like sort of like a heat check round. Like you've been frying if you're those 2. They're just like, we'll handle it. I think he actually got one through the wall.
He did get one right there.
Right before the end of it. That was nasty. But
yeah, but this time it's a little bit different. Instead of sort of going through Coop side, you sent 2 through middle. And that's where you're able to take map control away from Boston Breach, put pressure on those players over towards top AC. But yeah, clawing their way back into it.
Yeah, honestly, it's like kind of similar to I feel like the map 1 in the sense that, you know, there were a lot of like flashy plays and big moments out of Breach, but it was still kind of a winnable game for a while there. Like here, you know, you're still in it. You got work to do, obviously, but you still got an opportunity despite the goose egg right now from Vickle. He's looking to avoid nades. Well, but avoids one, then the stun connects. That's going to slow down his route as he's going to have to reposition, find another way to fight this. But you're going to have to, what, rip off 4 straight to get this search win if you're Miami. 1 round done. Can you find more?
Yeah, and Real's kind of in the spot Snoopy's been playing. And now he is spotted. Now all the focus is on him. Did you see where Snoopy's at? He's over towards the middle of the map, making sure he's dropped. But you know he's here. The problem is Vickle has a rival as well, so you have to rotate Metals over, and there we go. They're going to double chow that. Now he's got to play safely under the bridge.
Vickle gets on the board. You get the first blood. What else can you find? Snoopy, though, he's still hunting. As he takes down 1, though, you're going to lose Priest at the same time. Snoopy a chance to bring this into a 2 versus 2. He's been playing so aggressive. He's stomping around looking for the openers. He's on double digits, but you got 25 seconds on the go. You got to figure out something to do with this bomb. Well, hello, he was there.
He's alive, though. He's alive. Pentagram now in a 1 versus 3. He's able to find the first on the Metals, but yeah, time working against him. Real able to find the kill. So 2 rounds in a row for Heretics. They're still in it.
We'll see if they can keep it going.
But I like this reposition, too, from Real, right? He's been the A sort of island player. A couple of times he's found 1, but this time he gets aggressive over towards B and kind of just held the line.
Yeah.
For the Heretics squad.
3 in a run out for Lucky. Can they do it on offense? Yeah, it's been a lot of B. Is this where they mix it up? So you said the change last time where they kind of sent 2 up through mid. That was the big difference. This time you're going to have Real kind of be the sort of low man over towards A, kind of like he has been. More of a 2-2 split, though, not the hard counter over towards B that we've seen sometimes here from Breach.
Yeah, and I think Boston are thinking, like, sooner or later, they got to go towards A, right? Like, we've shut them down at B, 3 stacking, 4 stacking, and Real has snuck his way up through the middle of the map. He's going to find a first blood. Real playing very free, very confident throughout this map so far.
Finding a fantastic opening, and now maybe starting a little nervous if you're Breach. You had a massive lead. It's starting to slip away. Once 5-2. Now on the brink of being a 5-5, head to around 11. Lucky's moved that streak up to 4 or 2, getting closer to a chance to maybe have a cruise in around 11 if he can find a couple more. It'll be Priest and Pentagram now trying to work this retake. Pentagram from up top quickly. He is back down. Some absolute lasers there from Lucky. Metals will finally finish it. Priest all alone.
All alone, and yeah, the time also working against him. Real still in his base, and that round to me is just all Real. Finds the timing through red, able to get up towards top AC, jumps on up, finds the first, and then for Heretics, it's sort of, all right, we got to help this guy. He has cleared so much of the map. Let's execute on B. And they're able to do so. So round 11 we go.
Well, I don't know if it's right. Yeah, maybe the information they found kind of last round with the pressure they were applying up through mid. He's like, there's an opening here. I'm gonna hit it. It works out. And now, yeah, to a round 11 we go. What looked to be a kind of easy 2-0 edge for Boston Breach in this series. No longer the case.
Oh, that's a triple nade. That might hit. Well, there's a trophy. It was there. I say there was 2 players from Boston in the middle, but trophy down saves their lives.
Let's see how Breach opt to attack this. And when does the rotation maybe start to come in here from Heretics?
That's bomb.
Eyes on. Lucky gets the kill. Bomb down in a precarious position there on Catwalk. And it's another one to Lucky. It's 5 in a row.
Let's see, who's going to make the play? It looks like Snoopy trying to do the exact same thing Real did. Maybe he has. He finds the timing for now. Is there a trade? There is. Vickle with the MCW able to connect. He was a little bit weak. And you can see, yeah, the bomb here. Priest is, well, he's trying to get on up there. Such a tough spot. And this is another Boston breakdown and search and destroy.
Oh, that is a tough one. And maybe Vickle didn't have many in the game, but he had a big one there in round 11 to make sure Snoopy can't stay loose in the back line. But you're up 5-2. things fall apart. Beans' face is the definition of it. It's a question mark right now. He's wondering what just happened.
The good thing for us, we do a map 4 this week.
Yeah,
at all 3 of those since we have started stage 3. We're going to see a map 4 and another Vista.
Yeah, you know, 5 minutes ago I was going to say it looks like maybe some improvements here in Search and Destroy. Saw some nice little teamwork, duo work there between Snoopy and Beams. Beans, Priest, and Pentagram kind of doing their thing as well when they need to step up, but then things just fall apart round by round. You let Lucky and Real make play after play to bring you back into it. And that one just gets away from you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's really just they kind of stopped stacking over towards B, thinking sooner or later Miami's going to go away. They just never did.
Yeah.
They never did. And then Real is able to get near base a couple of times and make those plays. But a nice bounce back there for Heretics. And now maybe the confidence kind of on their side.
Yeah, no, I was thinking this series looked to be a 3-0, the way it was kind of going, the way you were looking to be in control of your Boston Breach. But now, yeah, you saw some of the frustrations. They're trying to bring it back. We're tied up 1-1. We get ready for Control to come up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
we're back and we continue on here. So tied up 1-1, massive comeback there in the search and destroy. Obviously, if you are Heretics, maybe get some confidence flowing. Vickle still, I know keep bringing it up, but looking to get it going. Got 2 kills in that one, but the boys stepped it up for him big time, and now we'll see what they can do in the control. But yeah, you nailed it. Another Boston breakdown. It is a different squad, but yeah, it's between like them and Rocker. He just kept being like these little collapses, these little mistakes.
Yeah, even Miami. I mean, yeah, Search has just been not been their friend. Same with Control. It's really 2-3-5 for these teams that has been holding them back. We're going to take a look at their control stats. Yeah, for both of them. Yeah, 8-9, so under that 50%. But you're just looking to get better there.
Well, I mean, you know, when you're a team that has 5 wins on the year, 50% looks pretty good. So their control, I mean, one of the places they've been able to find some W's. Honestly, teams very, very similar there. They've been able to maybe upset people in control. It's just been, yeah, finding consistency in either search and destroy or the hard point has been the tough part. So, like, I take those stats. Like, if you're a viewer watching or a new viewer, like, that's what the baseline was. Now you make a change. How can you improve upon that is going to be the goal. Where can you find some of the improvements across these 3 modes? But we stay now on Karachi. One that can be, you know, depending on playstyle, definitely kind of an offensively favored one. You can string together both points pretty rapidly if you find the right opening. Honestly, one of my more enjoyable ones to cast. It can be wild.
Oh, can you get those close red spawns if you are the attacking team at that point? You're pretty much done for. Over towards B, or if you're defense, can you get them in that trap, spawn them all the way out towards Scoop, make them make a big decision? We shall see. I feel like we've seen both sides where some teams are just really, really solid defensively, and it feels like we're watching 5 offensive round wins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this has been one where Heretics were early on. You know, kind of talked about some of the amazing plays they would make offensively, just how aggressive they could be, how consistent with that flood and takeover of red. They were one of the teams I feel like first kind of did that, but it feels like ages ago now.
And so they are putting medals on MCW. I feel like that's interesting. I mean, he was the rival guy from the get-go of this game, and maybe it's just to slow him down, try to find a little bit more slaying consistently out of him, or you're going to have Vickle on this rival. Now, we saw him with his sub last year. Vickle, you know, very, you know, solid throughout MW2 with that Vaznev. But it should just take some time to adjust.
No, it's interesting because now this, you know, sometimes we'll talk about, you know, a 2-person change and a 1-person change, how, you know, there's a big difference in the significance of how much you have to change it. But when you have a 1-person change plus a role change, might as well be a 2-person change. Like, it is very, very big deal. So a lot to work on, a lot you're trying to figure out if you are Heretics. Second tick of progress will be in A. Looming over towards Junk this whole time is Lucky, who's kind of waiting to maybe set up this push. But as one teammate dropped in front of him, one teammate picked up mid. And with a minute extension now on, basically even in lives, this first push up towards B will start for Miami Heretics.
Yeah, they're able to get on A and then pretty much execute. You see 6 kills in a row. Pentagram, him and Snoopy locking down Ticket, able to find 2. A trade trying to come on through from Metals, but he is out. So now if you are Real, you just got to hang out and wait for your teammates off a spawn.
And yeah, I mean, you just got to keep doing that, really, if you're Breach. Just, you know, don't allow like 3 down on your side. Don't allow Junk and Red to get wide open. So far, they've been pretty consistently holding these first 2 pushes. But due to the presence you kind of have on that side of the map, you'll see it is a far out dumpster spawn for Snoopy. So you got a bit to go to track back. For the rest of the team, I mean, they're pinning them in. They've got them locked in, and Priest is hitting 3 straight for him. You're barely taking a step off spawn, and you're taking damage.
Yeah, now it's just this question. How do we want to take this? Do we want to keep trying to take these junk fights, get a close red spawn, or do we go through the middle of the map? And it looks like they're going to switch things up. Try to go through the middle of the map, get into red, and then wrap back and go for a couple of flanks. Pentagram, he hit the shots, but didn't have the bullets.
Yeah, you find an opening here because Beans isn't able to get one when they push through mid. Yeah, Pentagram runs out of bullets, so you get through. And now suddenly, the chaos is kind of loose. You have 2 people here. Snoopy, though, if he can do one thing, it's win those individual gunfights. He's able to do just that. So you leave one player and Lucky kind of on an island, but you stop the clock here for a bit. The problem is, the longer this goes, the more it favors Breach as well, because they have the lives advantage too.
It's just a question of where is Lucky. Beans able to track him, spot him. Snaps then onto the second of Metals. So he's dealing with both weapons. 5 lives remaining, 20 seconds. This has been impressive stuff from Boston Breach on defense.
Yeah, I mean, outside of them kind of getting up through mid and getting out and maybe having an opportunity, yeah, they had them pinned, and they had them pinned for a while. That was a solid 45 seconds or so they had them locked, but does it get a little bit scary with their last 3 remaining lives? Can do something nuts. Metals with a pistol able to hit, but Beans is still here. The reinforcements are starting to roll in. There was 1 person left on the point. A threat, but a weak threat, if anything, at the end there.
Yeah, Real too. You would need it all 3. Real spawned all the way out Coop. So
yeah.
It does seem since like the update, like maybe that close red spawns happens a little bit less often. But yeah, he was all the way out there. They would have needed all 3 players, and that's just the lives difference. Great job by Boston throughout round 1.
Yeah, no, and it's just, I mean, the lives advantage. It was what, like, I think when A finished, it was 21-20 in the lives department. That little extended period they had them locked in, that jumped to like 7 advantage. Like, it happened in the blink of an eye, and you're like, whoa, we are in deep trouble. But all right, they do the job defensively. Now what can Heretics do on their side? Is this new look Boston Breach look to get things going in the map 3 on offense?
Yeah, just a very, what, everyone's on the board if you're at Boston, 8-8, 7-8. Just all around effort from this Breach team in the slaying category. What you love to see. Salt on map number 1. Bringing it here in map 3.
Some nice shots there from the pit. But just 1 bit of progress so far. As Pentagram will get right back on it. Getting aggressive will be Real. Right, second sort of thought hunting kind of towards that breach spawn, but Pentagram's going to pick up basically everybody. Find some of the kills from inside the point. That'll end up being, what, about 3 down? They're spawning back Dumpster. Now you got on both points. And with eyes on that, it'll be Beans.
He's trying to transition this. Now he's going to have some help. Pentagram and Priest are here. Real's able to find 1 metals with the second, so maybe you slow this down. You don't allow the take. A, though, should be done for Boston Breach. Snoopy's just been hanging out. Or will it? Yeah, Lucky was trying to find him, just not there in time.
Yeah, but I think the big thing is due to the chaos of that moment, like, you know, Heretics, you had a lot of work to do after you got A. You're already in great positions if you're Breach. Like, just look at the map. They've got everything they want. Everything they want and more. This is going to be 2 people onto the point pretty damn quickly. They're worried about the dumpster push. They're kind of holding for now, but you get teammates set up at balcony, 1 pushing across the point. You got 3 people towards Diner, and now you're in that real tough retake position if you're Heretics.
Yeah, Finkel's just waiting for his teammates off his spawn. Here they go, able to hop off over the dumpster. 2 players did get through. Beans, though, watching the cross. And now this is just such a difficult spot for Heretics. Training well, though, are they? So only 1 player on the point for now. That's going to be Snoopy. Bouncing in the window, out the window. Now he has some help from his teammates, but the close spawns are there for Miami. But Snoopy is snapping with the MCW. Finds the triple. How is he alive? I do not know, but he gets it done, and he finds the streak.
The timing I think he got on like 3 slides there, just like kept catching. They were guessing wrong. That he guessed right, he was left. He pre-fires left, he was right. Like, he just kept getting to the opposite side where they were looking the other way. But that final kill, I think he had 3 bullets left in the magazine. He was able to get it. Snoopy with a moment there. But I mean, that just comes down to, listen, you can play a solid defense here on B if you actually get set up. They never got set up. They never had a chance to. And that's props to Boston Breach and their aggression.
Yeah, just over towards red. Never gave up that control. Now you have the streak to work with. 16-8 from Snoopy. Great performance so far from him in every single game mode. As he's just doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, I gotta imagine you got a chip on your shoulder a little bit. You know, you're hearing some chirping coming from some of the all-time greats and some frustrating moments in that team. He's coming out trying to prove what he is capable of, and that's 9 in a row and double positive from him. I mean, there's not a lot, you know, to take away yet. This is a winnable series, one you probably should win if you're Breach, but it'll be exciting to kind of watch and see how he does over the rest of this qualifier.
Real and Metals do get Heretics on over towards A. Some progress done. And Pentagram, he's just locking down the junkyard spawn, and Snoopy's gonna go for this early. Maybe just get them off A, waste some of those lives, waste some of their time.
Yeah, just a free clearance onto the point now allows them to sort of push out both sides. They had 1 one-on-one that Vickel's able to take, so he'll keep a presence there over towards Junk. Right back to Real now, who's fighting here at mid. It'll be his turn to hop into the objective. Halfway towards that final point, Lucky nearly getting there, but the timing a little bit awkward over the back dumpster. And any forward pressure is gone. Now if you're Heretics, you're sort of at risk of getting pinned in again. A little help there to Metals on the Priest, I think, though.
Well, now you got to be worried if you are Boston. That's going to be 3 dead. They do get a close alley spawn, so they'll have some people here. But not really in that setup that we talked about, what they had. In round number 1, Metals just watching the hop up, just trying to find any kill that he can. Renetti out. Nice trade from Pentagram, but here comes the reinforcements. Vickle and Real able to take down 3.
Yep, and you still have that close spawn coming in, so Metal's able to fly over fast. Both are going to spawn out just backside. Ren's ready to get back into the action. The Renetti's still popping for beans. Still a battle around the point. Not a lot done in the objective. You do have somebody inside. The clock is stopped. You still got a minute 30, and you're trying to increase this life advantage as well if you are Heretics, but this is what you had to hopefully avoid. Okay, I was going to say maybe like a 4 down, because you're still getting that close spawn, though. It takes a lot to like push them out of that. Now you're trying to get out of your breach.
Yeah, you still have this close spawn, and that's why every kill matters here for Heretics, because now they just go right over towards the B point. But as the ARs, Priest and Beans take down all 4. So they alleviate some pressure for a few seconds. 9 versus 11 there in the lives. Nice little positioning there from Priest. He's looking for another cruise, maybe to close this game out.
We'll see if he can add another one into the fray. 45 seconds to go. We'll stick with Priesta for now as the point man trying to get this streak. Maybe got eyes on one. He's able to take somebody down before he drops and fly out, nearly take down a second, but he will earn the cruise. Beans is getting many kills with the Renetti as he is with his MCW here in the hold of this B point. Now he pushes it on forward. Finds a rival, more to deal with, trying to push him back even further. Real up to the task for that, but now time dwindling. You're down to 20 seconds and maybe an opening. Real and Lucky able to take down 3. Here we go. Pressure on Priesta as the rest of the team rallying over Dumpster.
Yeah, there's only 1 life remaining, though. This time, Boston Breach, they close out the game when they have a massive lead. A nice 3-0 sweep there on Control.
Yeah, that's nice for Breach, too, because what? You kind of show you can do it in a really... I don't know.
Way?
Yeah, like the first defense is real clean, traditional, and then the next time real scrappy. Both times they're able to rebound and hold, and usually like when you're able to hold a B point kind of on Karachi, I just got to think like when it's real messy like that, like your comms have got to be on point, because like one or two misplays and you lose that round. So impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's just to be one of those areas, over towards Bat Cafe where sometimes you just want to get a little bit impatient and you're just not ready for that close red spawn. As much as you know as it's coming in, you just hold your irons. Instead, you try to push forward, you get caught. But yeah, great job. And anytime they needed to find like 2 or 3, they did.
Yeah, and when they pushed out, like after they got like that 3-4 down, as you were saying, that close spawn still comes in, but they basically pushed out to like what? The like ticket in the bus, sort of. Didn't get too overzealous, just sort of get up, get ironed. Deal with the next wave, and they did such a good job of it. I mean, if you have Beans was finding multi-kill after multi-kill from kind of that back alley position, fighting all around Diner. But just an impressive win there if you're Boston Breach. And Snoopy, just from an individual standpoint, guys putting on again.
Yeah, again, I just think probably the conversation around him is do whatever you want. I really do. I just from what we have seen him play in every mode, he's just running around causing chaos.
Yeah, and like, listen, there have been some titles more than others that maybe will, I don't know, punish that sort of mentality, but we're going to take a look at the play of the game here in a moment as we talk about Snoopy, but like, I just think sometimes if like the rest of the team sort of locked in on that methodology, like, yeah, just get loose, get freaky sometimes, and just create a little chaos. Depending on the title, it works better than other times.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we're going to take a look at our scuff play of the game, and it will be Snoopy throughout that Control. And it's really in this round, too, where he's got both the MCW and the rival. Has a little bit of help, but it just gets messy. The trade's there for Miami, the close spawns, he slides, able to hit, and as you said, he doesn't have many bullets, but the team shot is in. And this area of the map can just get insane, sliding back and forth, doors, windows. He makes it look easy.
Yeah, it even looks in that moment like, he kind of baits Pentagram a little bit. Like, he's sort of laying there with the MCW out, like, I need help. You see Pentagram, like, fly in, get clotheslined. But But you know, then when you get the next 5 kills, it's kind of all right. Like, okay.
Won the round.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, do your thing if you're going to slaughter everybody. But that was just an insane sequence because you just don't really see that many like fortunate timings like that in that type of moment, like in professional play. But it works out. He makes the play. It's so funny watching like 3 people pre-fire the wrong side 3 times. But look at how this is going to go the rest of the way. Could end on Vista Hardpoint. We're all excited to see the teams on the new maps and modes. As you can see, 6-star was banned in both Hardpoint Search and Destroy by either squad. So it's Vista, one of the new ones that'll make it in.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday. I think just, big emphasis on P3 and P4. We saw this mode between Minnesota and Atlanta phase. I think middle of the map is, just very important, right? A P1 and P2, you can kind of cut off both of the angles, flip those spawns. But yeah, we'll just see as teams get better and better at it. I'm just happy we got some new modes, new maps.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I think even Rio, from like when we first played it, we've seen teams get a lot better at dealing with certain points and holes.
Yeah.
P2 probably jumps out at me the most from like day 1 to now. Like we didn't see someone getting 45+ seconds on that hard point really all that often early on, but you get better at the maps as it goes on. Yes, these players are the best in the world. They learn faster than every single one of you watching, but you'll still see the subtle improvements over the course of it. But some map 1 stats there from Beans. He puts up a 1.36, nearly 6,000 damage. Also soaking up some of that hard point time, but I think we're excited to have him back. We thought there was a lot of potential there. He had a lot of electrifying moments. Figured it'd just be a matter of time before he found his way back. But very different stories between like him and Pentagram. It's kind of interesting.
And Beans is gonna be the one where like he's gonna be the vocal guy on this team, right? You lose Slasher, you lose Asim, vets who have won majors before, world championships, and Parisa, obviously he's done it, just did it last year, but not always the most vocal guy on the team. So you're kind of looking at like Pentagram and Beans for me.
No, I think Priest is like the ultimate utility guy, and he's got good comms and stuff. Yeah, I don't know about like the little too soft-spoken maybe to be like the quote-unquote leader at times, but nah, I love that guy as a player. And
as a human.
As a human, yeah. Early time though, 2 Boston Breach, but a flurry of kills there from Heretics might be the difference inside of the objective. Maybe YY are trying to swap to another gun as Pentagram as he falls. We get ready for our next rotation and teams look to set up.
Yeah, see Snoopy number 5 just trying to get pushed up, trying to maybe flip those spawns there. We're still there for a moment, but there we go. That's what Boston wanted to do. Metals is still back there. He's able to spawn up the second time. But you're going to see one player in Snoopy spawns up right behind him. Going to have that kill. So some nice early time at P1 for Boston Breach.
Podcaster, please.
And over towards P2, you will have Miami Heretics set up.
Oh, set up. And looking to hold Beans, looking to pounce. Oh, player, I thought like 2 eyes on him, but he's almost able to take that first gunfight. So much damage done, though. He sets up the rest of the squad. Snoopy, Priesthood take their one-on-ones. The final domino, I think, is going to be Pentagram that gets the kill onto Vickle. So even if you're not getting time yet, you get them out of the point. The setup broken pretty quickly.
And this is what you want if you're Boston, controlling the middle of the map, getting those cutoffs for that P3 rotation. Looks like Vickle's going to be the first man to be pushed up for Heretics, but he's going to opt to get the player out of the hill. So Pentagram 3 in a row, almost able to find the 4th. Does get cut down, but if you're Heretics, it's just 5 seconds, not the amount of time you want.
Well, we know how big 3 and 4 can be, as you mentioned right away. Like at number 6 in Priesta, he rotated 25 seconds ago or so, and he has been set up and ready for this. A chance to maybe take a significant lead now over this next minute or 2. As Snoopy is lying and lurking, he failed to finish the first kill right away, so he's going to have dropping. It's Real that's actually able to take down 2, and the pressure is here. All 4 are gone, and now that early rotation means absolutely jack.
Snoopy just went outside the map, though. He went outside the map and was able to find the first one, but Victor and Metal is able to take down 3, so he hit the outside the map route, but it does not matter. So a great break there for Miami Heretics. They send 3 down low of your minimap right towards where Real is, as he's on 5 in a row, able to flip those spawns. Boston doing the same thing, but control of the hill still over to Heretics.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of swing that break ends up meaning, because you had about, it was like a 15-point lead for Breach or something like that. You got a chance to go up 80+ with a couple of decent hardpoint holds. Now might be the total opposite, but you have been able to get all the way left, Spawn left, set up 4 next. You are here for P4 if you are breach. Can you hold this time? The player inside of the point once again is going to be Priest, the first man kind of rotating over. He's had to back up and play his life. It's Real that's kind of got up close and tried to push him out. Priesta with a massive individual moment there, able to take down 2 and keep control of the hard point.
That's it. Yeah, you had another break opportunity if you are Heretics. Still more pressure here. Just a back and forth battle. This has not been clean over towards this P4, but it will slow down big time as finally they can relax a little bit. You see 6 kills in a row for Boston as a squad. Vickle going to respond with 1 on a pentagram. This 30 seconds should go the way of breach. Unless Miami go for this one more time. And they do, but Snoopy hits 3. He just lost all aim assist on him.
Yeah, either Vickle needs a new right stick or he has lost aim assist completely, because he just put like a burst wide right, a burst wide left, a burst wide right. Like that was, he's been having a rough series, but yeah, usually, I mean, you kind of stick, you don't have to think about it too much on controller. And Snoopy just slaps him. All right. That kind of looked like no aim assist, right? Like,
certainly did, but after all that, you used the cruise as well. A lot was just used for, you know, Boston Breach to try to break this hill, but Miami hold on for now. Now, they do have the back right spawns if you are Boston Breach, so you'll have these reinforcements here. But I think you'll take that for now if you are Heretics. Only down 11, and a cruise already used.
Priest is POV, who's had some, honestly, some big kills in the break moments early in this game, and also the early, kind of the guy doing the early rotation, trying to make the plays for him. Trying to do it again as they slowly have worked their way into this point and try to push this lead out yet again. Priest on 3 in a row. Beans right there with them. Once again, though, I mean, Snoopy, just from a slang standpoint, in the respawns has been just kind of way out ahead of everybody early. I know kind of became a little more human over the course of the map 1, but he set the tempo early.
It's 33 engagement.
Yeah, like he set the tempo, that's for sure.
Pentagram has 20. Like, he's just running at everybody. And again, this stuff, obviously, it's great when it's working. It's just a question of when your top 4 teams are shooting back.
Well, even some of your even top 4 teams, we talked about Shotzzy, like when, you know, he's flying like that, it's working out well. Like, it's the most fun POV in the world to watch. But
if it doesn't,
it can be one of the more frustrating ones to watch. It's just hard to always have. When you play at that pace, it's difficult to always be fried. It really is. But inside the point now, trying to bring it back.
You'll take it when he's frying, though.
Yeah.
No, we're not taking anything away from him.
No, not at all.
He is just running.
It's just you rely a lot on like timings and stuff, right? Like when you're playing it like that. That and the absolute snapper is you're usually going to be flying into a building.
Well, this time he finds a timing where he gets through. He's trying to flip spawns, so he's able to find a long route. And Metals was looking for him, but he's going to get taken down. Now all of a sudden, Victor's on this hill. Like, where'd my team go? So spawns flip, and that's just all due to Snoopy taking a long route, able to win the gunfight. But over the hill, Heretics, they're able to find a clean wipe, and now they're trying to get aggressive. There's one player here, but that's the only one there. That's going to be Beans.
Well, it's Miami trying to bring this back and maybe push it to a map 5. You're set up inside of the point. You're soaking up the time. You've got the lead for now, but can you close it out to a listen with all the vamos with Miami Heretics?
Más igual, vale, te tengo el push, ¿no? Pues tengo yo medio. Denis, pentagram muerto. Medio. Abre yo un poco medio, Le he dado 2 o 3. Fuerte. Otra medio. Sí, plastre. Y medio. Vale, Vidal y caja de escaleras de medio. Tiran piñas en la fuente de cara. 2 de cara anterior, 2. Son 2 de cara anterior. Anterior, sí. He pegado piña. Piña abajo, chaval. Son 2 anterior, bro. Sí, me estoy mirando. Está metido Denis. Cuidado que no vaya cara a pushar Denis, sí, uno. Abajo, arte. Juego yo tight contigo hacia atrás. Una puente. Sí, yendo metal. Uno estuneado. No lo ves. La puerta principal de abajo. Espérate, voy para info. Voy a abrir info. Bolsai, Priest va a pushar derecha. Está aguantando. Pushase uno. Un tiro son 2. No, macho. Vale, 3. Tienes que aguantar vivo. Aguanta yo un P4. Que salen contigo en guitarra, ¿no? Sí, puede ser. No. Sí. Esperando, puede estar en el info, sí. No le he dado, no. Muerto. Tiene que estar abajo, doble. Tengo abajo. Van a venir de cara, Medio, separando. La tengo abajo yo ahora. No pido, abajo yo ahora, Nupi. Porque me abajo, Dennis Snoopy. Sí, que me han pegado piña. Tengo abajo yo.
Va para el fondo, creo.
Tengo abajo yo. Estoy un tiro en default, necesito apoyo, creo. Sí, era ese.
Me cae una piña.
Vienen pasarela.
Voy, te apoyo.
Abajo y a mejor por medio.
Por abajo. Te tengo, no tengo nada.
No. Buscamos otro abajo. Arriba de caracol.
No le veo caracol. Me toca.
Le chiseo. 3 segundos de ahí,
Saco más cerca de pilares.
Up about 50, and Vickle having his best map of the series at 24 and 18. We've talked a lot about the change maybe to the rival. Listen, timing's gonna be so tough, but you know where maybe nobody has a massive advantage on a brand new map. So he seems to be getting into his flow state here, leading the way for the squad.
Yeah, and then just really the entire team is in another great hold there at P3. They're able to break the first time through. It gets a little bit messy, but you had the trade where Vickle's able to hold the back spawns. You had Lucky who spawned out, but he's able to find one kill and then the collapse onto P3. So far, so good here for Miami Heretics in that third hill. Over to P4, Boston Breach, trying to get inside, but the numbers just, I think, a little bit too much right now. So you have these close spawns. You imagine the trades will be there, and they are.
Well, Boston, you've got a little bit of everything throughout the course of this, right? Like, you're able to clutch up late and put them away in map 1. You have a massive lead map 3, you put them away. You throw away map 2. You haven't really had the comeback yet. Now you're in a hole. Can you bring it back and maybe win the map? Down about 70 with Heretics on the cusp of victory. You got the hard point control. You got a chance to make a run in jungle. We'll see if they can do it.
Well, here we go. So one player didn't spawn out. I imagine the second will as well. They will. So again, another break. It's been the difference here for me has been Heretics at some of these hills just finding all of the kills at the right moment, flipping the spawns, and now sitting here on the contest.
Well, Lucky has a streak, but is it going to really even be needed, or when can it maybe come into play? He's trying to play break in disruptor now, but yep, here we go. Just gonna lay down. Okay, the rest of his team dies though, so you're not gonna get a whole lot out of this. Everybody's dropped. Lucky drops too. He's gonna reach.
Yeah, and I think because he died while calling that in, he's not even able to control it, so it just goes straight down into the ground. Now right back towards P1, but that's gonna be 3 dead, make it all 4. A chance to close out the map and send us to a map number 5.
Well, where the breaks have been so good for Heretics, you're gonna need them now. If you are Boston, can you break on through? Metals there with the angle, 1 kill in, some damage in, the snap is in, but it's Priesta and Pentagram that are able to find the kills. But it's 5 seconds now to go for the victory. He's still got Lucky inside, fresh off a 6-free, right back to work. You need 1 more second, and there it comes through. We're going to a map 5. Heretics clutch up. And Vickle, I mean, his best map by far. You know, tough change in position, but looking good there in the map 4.
Yeah, I think they just had a better idea of how that map played out, honestly.
Yeah.
Just watching the mini-map and you go back and look at it, obviously playing for the spawn is very important, but when both teams were spawning out, you saw the Heretics players hunting the Breach players. Like, they knew where they were spawning exactly at, able to find those players, and gave them the man advantage on a lot of those pushes.
Well, I gotta think, you know, when you have a team change, it's a map that you've been playing all year. Like, you know, sometimes maybe people have different ways on how they want to play different positions. You have a role change, and people have different philosophies on how the map plays. But when you make a team change and also a new map is introduced, I imagine you're sort of creating those philosophies together.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Like, I would think so.
It's a team effort there, though, for Miami Heretics. All around 25 kills. The damage is there. Rialdo with another one. But you see, it is a tied game. But then you get 15 points across 3 hills for Boston Breach, and they are shut out.
Yeah, they get locked down. I think just, yeah, too many times where you maybe sent that person in a Priesta 15 to 20 seconds early on a rotation. You just got broken. Like, yeah, there's only so many breaks you can survive in a hard point before that score really starts to run away. So we're tied up 2-2, and listen, this is 2 teams that desperately need CDL points. Both have made very significant changes, whether it's 2-person or 1-person change. There's also role changes that come into play. They're all trying to figure it out, but at the end of the day, they all have one goal, and that's to get the champs at the end of the year. Big CDL points on the line. All comes down to this map 5. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
Here we go for two teams in desperate need of some CDL points. It's all on the line now with this map 5. And, you know, listen, Qualifiers just starting. New page, new chapter with the team changes. You just want to start off on a strong foot. The right foot, get some positive momentum. Is a big map 5 for these teams, Joe.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, again, a little bit different for both of these squads, but Game 5s have not been their cup of tea. 1-5 for Boston Breach, 0-3 for Miami Heretics. That's what Ali was talking about in the pregame segment. This has been a scary little area for them.
Yeah.
So at least someone's going to need a win here.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just like, you know, it felt like for Miami early on, well, not even early on, like they were either 3-0 and people were getting 3-0. Like, yeah. It was just, that's all it was. Like, I didn't feel like there were a lot of map 4s. It was just like they were coming out and smoking somewhere or getting just dominated. It was weird. But for Breach, it's just been that, yeah, it's compared to like Rocker a lot. It's just been these like competitive series where you've gone deep in series. The very winnable moments, Slasher has said, like just small mistake is killing us. You can't make these mistakes at this level, and that's what was hurting them. But here, can you clutch up in this map 5?
Yeah, high rise search and destroy. I think, you know, you're looking at, for me, two players in Real and Snoopy who are kind of playing on, they're just doing whatever they want, it feels like, both of these guys. We talked about Snoopy, but Real, kind of the same thing. He's put into this roster, and so far of what we've seen, especially in that search map number 2, played on his island, found his openings. High rise can be a map where some of these timings go your way or they don't, especially with a sub.
Well, yes. To me, it's just like early on when it's like a 4v4, it's kind of hard to just like get loose as a sub and like find an opening, you know, get underground, work the back of their base. But like, once you lose a player or two, once things get a little bit hectic, yeah, you can absolutely get a little loosey-goosey, but we'll see, because it's going to rely on, you know, just pacing, some patience. Snoopy's just been kind of sending it. That can cost you on this map. It can at times.
Yeah, you can, but you can see both of these teams not really playing this map very often throughout the year, only twice. You know, I think Boston, you know, losing Terminal S&D is a big thing for them. That was one of their go-tos, and saw somebody's doggies there.
Oh, well, there's an opener. Vickle catches one. The nades are out. No trophies in early, obviously, and the team nade is on point. As Breach will start this with a 4 versus 3. That's bomb carrier as well.
Hey, you love a nade over the top, able to hit, but over to Real. Kind of what we talked about. Look at that angle from Priesta, just watching that ladder hop. So they know nobody's in the B-bomb site for now. But as you said, if there's 4 defenders up, what openings do I have with an SMG? No nades for Lucky. Just trying to find any angle he can. You're pretty much towards the backside of the map if you are Boston Breach. Behind that first blood, no need to get too aggressive.
Yeah, it's one of those maps where you just got to really read the map well if you're going to find openings.
He found an opening. It was a window, though, and he jumped out of it.
Okay, well, Beans, listen, we'll see you later. To a 3 versus 3 we go is a gift from the gods there. The Miami Heretics, now a chance to get this going. They're working up towards the B site. Holding is going to be Lucky. He's able to take that fight. Real's going to drop, and Pentagram's working the flank. I think Lucky might have just got an angle onto that as well. He did. So Lucky with some huge moments after Beans gives him the opening.
What I just talked about, sort of the timings as a sub, hitting ladders can either go your way or they cannot. And, well, Miami gifted one here is Beans POV. I think he's going for the outer angle here, and just a little bit too much. Oh, you see the face, yeah. Big mistake there, and that leads to a round loss.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. You just shuffle a little bit too far to the right.
Yep.
Joe. Adios. Lucky with 2 in the round, and you know, after obviously the reason he can get to that spot is because the Beans mishap. Like that's kind of the angle he would have been holding. We were able to push up to the trash can right here on our screen, and then he ends up getting 2 of the big kills on the stretch. So yeah, that's one you want back if you're Beans. But what can Heretics do behind a bit of a blessing? Vickle actually allowed to play in this round.
And he's just watching that low drop down. You playing a player like Snoopy, you gotta watch that, and that's where he is.
It's just one of the few spots on a map. Yeah, you can try to make one of those plays, right? But it's like a coin flip.
Just sort of what time is he waiting on? Maybe just for a teammate or 2 to look over him. Now it's gonna be Vickle. Some shots and nades going in, and here we go. So all the pressure on Vickle, and there we go. He's gonna get naded again by Pentagram. But that's a giant oil canister that blows up.
Yep, everything's blowing up on the map. 3 versus 3 we go. Now under 40 seconds to go, and Bomb, you got to recoup that. Some shots in from Snoopy, but it's Beans that's able to get a kill. Much better when he's on the map.
That nade hits, though, so it's a 1 versus 2. Tough angle, tough gunfight, so much cover. He's shooting through a pole. Real snapping. Just not able to find one. Or is he? Beans is so weak.
Yeah, maybe like old MCW. Hey, that's a headshot. Maybe it's a kill. That's a nice little jump shell out to the edge, but you get the bomb planted. You're both able to get away. Now Real's got to reposition and rethink this one. Some time to work with. Can he isolate 2 one-on-ones?
He's got 1 one-on-one. It's not a lot of time to work with. Here we go. What's the timing like? Well, he's giving a 1-on-1.
The movement's there. He is a bullet. Looking to get back to full. Now 20 seconds to go. Needs 1 more snap. Not quite able to do it as he was just getting back to full HP. The 1-on-1 goes the way of Breach, and that's one you listen. If you're Beans, you're frustrated with that first round. You kind of throw that one away for the squad, but what, you come back in this, you're able to get 2 or 3 kills in the round and win the 1-on-1.
Yeah, and that's just tough for Real. There's so many angles to check, right? You see where he's kind of looking and picks the wrong jump up. Beans ready for that gunfight, able to connect.
Yeah, he gets 2. Okay, so Beans right back at it, tied up 1-1 as we go deeper into this map 5. Back over to the bomb carrying side is Heretics as the utility starts to get exhausted. And they look for an opening. Already pushed up pretty far. It's going to be Real. He's already tucked away here at the tank.
Hear the nades dropping around him. Something's on fire. Just trying to find an opening. He's able to find it. There's one of those SMG timings going his way. First blood on a pentagram, and he gets out with his life.
Yeah, you hear it. He's stomping, so he takes speed over stealth, and he's able to get to that position early on in the round.
Where's Snoopy? Snoopy's all the way pushed up.
Looks like it's going to be him and Real kind of being the ones that try to find those openers, but the check is in. The position sniffed out. Vickle looking for another as he's got 2 in the round thus far. Back over to Priest, and now he's last alive. 25 seconds to go. Some tags at range, but he is in trouble. He's bobbing and weaving in the game. He's bobbing and weaving IRL. And it's a Heretics round win.
That's a nice check by Vickle. Obviously, you know, able to check that corner, able to find him in that spot. And that's one of those places where Snoopy likes to play. Just sort of tucked up in a corner, trying to make the individual play, but if it gets checked, yeah, round's done.
Well, just good job to Vickle not getting checked in the series. I mean, it's been a bit of a rougher one. Brought it back in map 4, and now you know you get what? You get naded off spawn by a team nade to start round 1. You get naded again by Pentagram round 2. And that time you're able to come up with some big plays if you're Vickle. The check, all the difference. Yeah, you don't get that one. Snoopy gets loose. You might be in trouble, but instead it's a 2-1 advantage. As now we get into our 4th round. As the smoke is out, and it's just stuns.
How many stuns did I just hear?
Yeah, no, it sounded like there were more than are available on the map. But yeah, every stun exhausted. Yeah, you're not going to get aim assist because of the tower, but also the smoke doesn't help. So you're just spraying and praying. But the prayers are being answered for the Heretics. They have a 3-on-2 advantage right now.
I mean, just all the crossfire set up, the teamwork on point over towards B. The smokes were down. Real knew exactly what he was doing, though. He had Vickle and Lucky looking over him, able to buy so much time. Then all of a sudden, you're in a 1-on-3 if you are Beans.
Yeah, it happens real quick. A frantic round. But Beans just trying to find a cheeky angle. Damage in, but no finisher. Once again, the same thing. They're just toying with them, making sure they don't give up any freebies. Not letting him catch anybody, but some good centering in there. Nice shots from Beans. Just too much work to do.
Yeah, those smokes go down. The smoke is early for Miami to get them set up into B, and then Boston, they use a smoke of their own over towards B down to try to get pushed up. Then Real drops, because you saw sort of the teamwork coming in from Snoopy in Pentagram, but they get caught. Just nice crossfires with those MCWs out of the Heretics.
You know, you have, you're just going to keep thinking back to that map, too.
Yeah.
If you're breach, you're up 5-2, you let it slip away. Now, round by round, you're getting into a hole in the map 5. You need to give Heretics a taste of their own medicine, but Vickle, a different player deeper into the series. He's now on 4 in a row, back-to-back rounds where he's been able to find 2. That, unfortunately, sticks to the wall directly in front of Real, so he's going to back down for now.
A darn wall, but Lucky's able to find a first blood on the B street. And I like this from Miami, just kind of slow things down. You know, breach is down a man, so they may try to push one side of the map and try to find an opening.
Yeah, I didn't really see. I think they just double-chowed him down there. It's kind of what it looks like, at least. Just isolated that one-on-one with Beans.
Priest is going for that angle outside the window. So he's in a reposition, but Lucky's just kind of surveying the map. Trying to find anything. He's like, guys, I don't see nothing. Go for that bomb plant.
Well, he gets eyes on Priest to deep. We saw Beans playing early that round 1 before he took a dive. So bomb will get planted. Now they have to hold in the 4 versus 3. So difficult to retake this if you are breach. The first fight will be a big one, and it goes their way. Oh. The second one follows up. The dominoes are falling. Things are falling apart. Vickle gets eyes, takes a shot. Position given up, but the patience is there. Slows it down, but the flank does come in. Now suddenly Real by himself. He gets the kill. 2-1v1 we go. With 2 of the young lords in the league, Real, Snoopy, 1v1, he's on it. Real gets the angle, Real gets the kill, and pulls them from the depths in what was nearly a naughty 3v4 retake for Boston.
Yeah, it was. And whoever planted this bomb, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but if that's behind the bomb, then it gets a little bit scary, right? Because he's going to wide check that, or is going to have to. Maybe that player hears him, hops off the bomb, but because it's planted out wide to the left, yeah, allows him to basically just shoulder it, see him on it. It's a freebie.
And you get the ace there if you're Real. All 4 in the round, up to 7-2. just takes over in that one. Beautiful stuff from Real. Wait, no, Lucky got the first pick, didn't he? I just lied. He got 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
I forgot that Lucky had that first shell. Also, I saw the 4-string and just faked myself out.
That happens to all of us. Everyone would have believed you.
Yeah,
no one was saying anything. You would have brought it up.
Well, no, I just thought back to the first gunfight we talked about. I'm like, I don't think that was Real, was it? 4v3 now for Heretics.
Man, this setup over here just so strong for Heretics. They find another first blood behind Metals. Bomb being planted, but Real's like, I'll take this all day. Good luck hitting these headies. I'm going to beam you, and he does just that.
Yeah, he's shooting nukes currently, but eventually traded out. Now Pentagram starting to take over. Another opportunity here where you just... It was almost a 3v4. Now they're almost about to do it again. Lucky to be last alive. The shots are in. The fence is covering. The trade is through, and Breach stay alive in this one. It's looking to go real quick through this game 5, but they get a massive victory. God, if it's not for Real clutching up, that would have been back-to-back rounds are just daggers.
And Pentagram, while they're pushing forward, he just runs at him, right? You're thinking if you plant the bomb, you have a 2 versus 4, just check your corners, use your teamwork, and he catches 2 sprinting, and then buys enough time. And for Lucky, when you're shooting through those fences, unfortunately, it counts as like a wall bang, right? So the damage falls off a bit. It's not as clean as he wants. You also lose some aim assist, runs out of bullets, and not able to spot the second into Snoopy.
Shooting through those, it's ass, Joe. You can say it. It is.
Yeah, but it's how I got my camo challenges done, so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. But you get your second round, and a much-needed one if you were Breach. Remember, it was the 5-2 lead they threw. Now trying to bring it back from a 1-4 hole, but it's a first blood there from Vickle. Snoopy out of this one. Still Pentagram's POV as he's just trying to hold this A site, look for an angle. They're getting picked apart though. Lucky follows it up with the headshot on the Beans, 1 by 1. They are falling. But these 2v4s and 3v4s, they made interesting. Can they do it again?
Yeah, it's almost like what did you, I mean, it's almost too late to make these kind of adjustments, but just giving up the B bomb site, B street, and like playing from helipad side, because every single round, man advantage has gone the way of Miami over towards B.
Yeah, they've dominated that street completely. And this time, don't allow anything funky to go down. They close it out. Real, the newcomer, 9-3. He's had some terrific maps over the course of this 5-game series. A guy we've really been excited to see play more. Excited to have back in the mix here for the CDL. And now they're a round away from a much-needed victory here.
And in Bull Search is kind of just allowing him to do whatever he wants. Positions that he wants to play. At times being the man on the island, watching the flames, making the plays with the rival. But he has been so effective in both S&Ds, which I think you love to see if you are a Heretics fan.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on that kind of island guy, right? a lot of pressure on the quote-unquote playmaker in a search and destroy, and yeah, he stepped up to that so far, and you need it really bad if you were Heretics, that's for sure, but still so much work to do for that organization as this qualifier is just getting going, but one more round, and they bring it back. Finally a first blood for Boston Breach. It feels like they haven't found one in so long. They'll take the numbers here.
Lucky, though, does reposition, trying to find the angle. Now he's going to get pressured, though. The slide is there for Beans. 2 versus 4. Vickle and Real just trying to work some magic of their own.
Listen, it's been said many times over the year, the scariest lead's a 5-2 lead in Search.
That was 5-3.
I thought it was 5-2. Wasn't this a scary one?
5-3.
Was it 5? Ann said 5-3. All right,
yeah.
I was wrong. Okay, I lied. I thought it was 5-2. Shoot.
Well, that shot through a staircase. It's Snoopy's just, he hits the turn and burn and then tries to go for insane dolphin dive play on a Real.
We've seen that a couple of times now, but Real.
At least he's having fun.
Yeah, that's true. Certainly looks like it. But 15 to go. Not a lot he can do. Guy's gotten to double digits, just needs another round for his team, but not looking to be this round. They're going to go hunting. They send it at him. They drop him. Boston Breach get it to 5-3 now.
Literally looks like my kid just jumping on furniture. He does. Just full sprint around, just laughing, man. Just jumping. Like, dude, what are you doing? So, yeah, I don't know, but Having a good time.
Bro, that's perfect. It's like discovering a trampoline for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. You got to do 4 straight to get this victory now if you are Breach. And yeah, just give them a taste of our own medicine. You listen, you had the Boston breakdown there in map 2. Your chance to bring it back. Come alive and get something roaring for this squad if you can do this in.
Yeah, this time they've worked B so much. Now they're working this low A. See, I don't know if Priesthood would have saw him there. He's so far pushed up. I don't know if he sees him in that spot. Now he's got to get out alive. That's great discipline out of Real. Nice movement. Plays his life, and then Lucky able to find a first blood on a pentagram.
Yeah, listen, it's really easy to like run on that when you're getting set up. When you're worried about getting shot at and your life's on the line, you're walking a tightrope, it can be pretty scary, even for the players in the league. So yeah, good job just getting out of that one, not falling off the map, and then your teammates able to get a kill and put this into a 4 versus 3. Pentagram out of it. Now can you close this out if you're Heretics? You've been vulnerable at times in these 4v3s. It might be happening again. Beans almost snaps. Snoopy gets caught. I don't know if he was trying to throw something, going prone. He's going to get dropped. Priest now last alive. All the hopes for Boston Breach on him. No time to work with. Heretics close it out. Get the CDL points. Get a much-needed victory. And Real looking like the Real deal here, Jeff, for this Heretics team. That was all right.
But you aren't wrong. I mean, what a comeback in map number 2. They got going in that map 4 on Vista.
You just want to smack me, didn't you?
Nah, I didn't. I would never do that. I would never do that. And then on the Boston Breach side, it just another tough one. Another tough loss that they probably I mean, even in that map, I mean, you have the Beans round where he falls off the map. This could have been like a 4-4 game. Instead, it's not.
Yeah.
5-2.
No, 100%. But yeah, I mean, I think.
But map 2 is the one you circle.
Map 2, yeah.
If
it's not for the map 2, this is, I think, just a solid 3. A really solid 3-0 because you think, well, what was it, 250 to 170? If they win that one a little early on, this looks like a really convincing victory for Boston Breach, which you kind of